And welcome back into the Ohio only challenge here on Madden 23, where we have built a team of players only from the state of Ohio, meaning Ohio State, Cincinnati, Akron, Bowling Green State, Ohio University. So we've put together a pretty decent squad, 77 overall, and honestly, we've played really well despite being 0-4. We're really just being held back by the fact that our starting quarterback is a 52 overall, because I think he had an upgrade, a 52 overall Logan Woodside. So, hopefully, we can do better in today's episode. We will get through the bye week, which is week 10. So we will start off with the rivalry game here against the Ravens. We will watch at least most of this game. Going to depend on how it goes, on how much we watch. We'll probably sim week 6 and 7 versus the Saints and Falcons, and then we'll have another rivalry game in week 8 against the Browns that we will watch again, at least part of. And then depending on how long it's taken to get to that point, we will see what we do with week 9, because we also have a bit of a check-in we need to do with our draft class after we get to that week 10 spot to see how well they're doing and choose who we want to have some focus scouting done on in week 11. So without further ado, let's jump on into some action here and get into some of these pre-game things. And we are having a little check-in here with our quarterback, Logan Woodside. No need to say anything about that game. If it isn't a win, I don't really feel like talking about it. On to the next one, and that's exactly the mentality that we need. Be mad, be angry, be frustrated, and take it out on the next, or on our next opponent. Let's get the next one against the Ravens. We'll need it, so let's jump on in. And you join us here in Baltimore, where our Ohio-only boys will be starting off with offense. Handoff down the middle goes Zeke for not much. Basically back to the line of scrimmage. And for us, we really need to make sure we can get the run game going. Don't know how much we could really depend on a 52 overall quarterback, but he will get a completion here to number 4. That is Samuel, I believe, Curtis Samuel. Yep, it is. Trying to remember these players' numbers while also trying to learn the California, or not the California only, that one's already done. The Cardinals roster as well, because that is our traditional team. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out. Another first down here goes to Ruckert, our rookie tight end. Solid start here from Woodside. Passed a little bit behind him, but honestly that was probably good to slow him down and get him upfield. And obviously a lot of shotgun sets here, just so we could try to give Woodside as much time back there as possible. Zeke here will get forward for about a gain of 6. He's only 6 yards, but only 2 carries, so not too bad. Last week ran all right, but he does have 2 touchdowns on the season, so pretty good. Granted, I did just remember this is week 5, so maybe actually not too good. We need to get Zeke a few more touchdowns. Ruckert across the middle again, easily becoming one of the number 1 targets for Woodside. And we'll come out here in a tight shotgun set. Drop back for a pass. We had a couple guys open early on, but we'll wait a little bit, and you guessed it, Ruckert, nice move. Gets by number 24. Is that Humphrey? I think that maybe said Humphrey. I don't know, my eyesight isn't that good. And finally, we'll go under center here. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top, but it's a run down the middle. Zeke will get forward for a gain of 1. Now in a bunch set, we'll take the handoff. Another pass down the middle. Ruckert not able to hold on to it. Knocked away by number 25. Will bring up a 3rd and 9. And of course, spread wide. 2 to the bottom, 1 up top. 1 step drop. Going to go for Ruckert on the bottom, who does get the catch. And is slow to get going, bringing up a 4th and 5. Our field goal unit should be coming out. And indeed they are. And this will be Sloman in at kicker. Kicking from the 26. This one is up and through. A 36-yard field goal for our number 47. And now we'll see how well our defense can do. At least they're starting with a little bit of a lead. 3-0 following the field goal. Allen is their quarterback, so we need to make sure we lock down the deep passes, and forcing him to scramble and throwing an inaccurate pass is a great way to start. Coming out, shotgun set to the top, 2 to the bottom. Also have a superstar running back in the backfield, but don't need that when you have a wide open receiver for the first down. 13-yard gain goes to their number 11. That's Valdez-Scantling. I always forget what his first name is. I tried to say it in the... was it the Vikings franchise? Maybe the... Can't remember which one it was, but either way, I could not pronounce it. Maybe it was the Cardinals. Eckler gets a okay gain on his first rush. Gain of 2, so good stop from our defense on that first down play. Looks like we're out in a nickel form here. Allen back to pass again. Thought about rushing, but instead, nah. Hit the wide open receiver all the way down to the 28. Caught by number 2. That is Woods. So far, we've been able to stop the Ravens here and there, but we just keep allowing really big gains. And another spin move there for another throwing completion for the first down. That is Valdez-Scantling once again. Bringing them down to the 15. 2 minutes remain in the first quarter. And they'll go for their second run, handing it off Eckler down the middle, but a great stop by our number 52. That is Hankins, if I'm remembering. Yep, Hankins. I'm learning this team. Eventually, I'll remember all the names. Allen going to scramble out this time. He will actually run, and yeah. No one there. Ravens take the lead, 7-3 with a made PAT. And we'll jump back in on offense for at least one more possession before going into a bit of a quicker sim. Hopefully we can put together a solid performance here on this drive, and that's going to be a note. Pick 6. Logan Woodside intercepted by number 23 of the Ravens. That is Marshawn Lattimore, who could have been on our team, but we picked Denzel Ward instead, and maybe he didn't like that too much. And now down 14-3, we'll jump into a bit of a quicker sim here. Solid 6 yards on the first 2 plays. Zeke Elliott will get a gain of 4 on his first rush of the drive, and then get us close to the first down mark, 3rd and inches. And he got that and a lot more. Gain of 10. Pass thrown away. Logan Woodside. Would like to see some less throwaways in this Madden 23. Nice completion there on 3rd and 6 for the first down. Wow. Stumbling around a little bit there. Zeke Elliott, solid running. Gets us close to the red zone. We get the first down with a rush by Woodside. Then a penalty on Preston Smith puts us inside the 5, and a touchdown, Curtis Samuel. We'll narrow our deficit here, 14-10. And we'll see what our at least this style of our sim defense can do. So far, looking about the same. Another first down there for the Ravens. Good stop there on the first down run. Then knocked away, 3rd and 9. We need to get the stop. And we do. Von Bell knocks it away, and we'll be getting the ball right back. Luckily, it was a touchback. So we'll jump back in here on offense with a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. Game still 14-10 with that stop on defense. Logan Woodside looking for another quick pass and knocked away. Yeah. We need to secure those catches. We can't miss out on the opportunity of having an accurate pass from Woodside. 2nd and 10, we'll set up the screen pass, and that one looked iffy from the start. We'll gain 1. Brings up 3rd and 9. We have 3 receivers up top. I'm assuming 1 to the bottom. At least the numbers-wise, that would make sense. Logan needs to, yeah. He sat in the pocket too long, or we called too much of a long developing play. And Deshaun Hand in with the sack. We'll need to punt this one away. And with a lot of games to get through today, we'll jump back on into the quick sim here. And Ravens putting together some good passing plays. They then get a good stop on the rush. Loss of 2. They'll get that back on second down. We need to stop here on 3rd and 10, and we do. Field goal unit will come out. No, they go for it instead. 1st and goal, touchdown, Austin Eckler. Just a little bit of salt in the wound there. And with just over 2 minutes left before halftime, we'll take one look here, see if our offense can put together a drive. Otherwise, we'll get into the second half as quickly as possible. And a run on 1st down, I guess I get it. See what Woodside can do here after the 2-minute warning. Empty set, making a quick audible, and we'll be passing the ball up top. And yep, that one's intercepted once again. Picked off by number 23, Marshawn Lattimore, his 2nd of the day. Let's jump into a bit more of some quicker simming. The Ravens starting at the 44 will at least force a throwaway and then another throwaway, making it 3rd and 10. And they get close to the 1st down, but not quite enough. Field goal good from Cade York. That was a long one, 24-10. And with 1:14 left, can we at least get in the field goal range? Solid gain on 1st down. Noah Brown back for 13 more yards. Get a gain of 5 to Olave, who was injured on the play. Not good. We're already missing one of our top receivers. Now down several. Ruckert with a nice gain. Noah Brown gets us down to the 14. We're at least primed to possibly put some points on the board here. Pass knocked away by someone. And Noah Brown gets us closer. 4th and 1. We will get the field goal, 24-13, with 2 seconds left before half. And to start the 3rd quarter, Ravens get the kickoff. Receive the kickoff. Wow, that was bad. And they're starting off with a 1st down here. A lot of rushing to start, something that they didn't do a whole lot of in the 1st half, mostly passing. And Austin Eckler just ran that 52 yards to the house, 31-13. Let's quick sim the rest of this one. I don't think we're coming back. So let's see how quickly I could talk about this. Oh, another touchdown for the Ravens. We put a field goal on the board, but Ravens keep getting more points. 41-23 is how we end the game. Not at all what we were looking for, and not really a helpful start for the career at coaching for Chris Carter. Going 0-5 and losing this bad to a rival, not good. But we did lose one of our star receivers last week, or hopefully star receivers last week, and then we had Olave injured in this game as well. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but we will soon find out. And luckily for us, nothing major in terms of injuries, at least not popping up here, so that is good news. But we are now 0-5, sitting at the bottom of the AFC North. The top is the Steelers, 4-0. We'll sim on over to Week 8, take a quick look at what we were able to do in Week 6 and 7, and if anything important pops up in between then and now, I'll let you know. And we have reached Week 8 and have not turned anything around, losing 2 games pretty solidly, plus it looks like we have another injury to our roster. And that is going to be a big one. Curtis Samuel, knee cartilage tear. He will be out for the next 3 games, which means that he'll be out for the rest of this episode and should be back for the next episode. We also had Cody Thompson, who was injured preseason with a 15 some odd week long injury, so he was placed on the IR. Wasn't someone that was probably going to make the roster, so didn't talk about it much, but our number 1 receiver is out. Luckily, we did just get back Wilson, so 1 player goes out, 1 player comes in. We'll continue trying to put together what we can. As for the last 2 weeks, they did not go well. A 38-24 loss to the Saints, and then a 56-14 loss against the Falcons. We'll quickly jump through, look at the stats, see how the games went, and we have at least scored a consistent amount roughly for every game, but the defense is allowing too many points, probably due to turnovers, which we will find out, and it looks like we did have a few as well. So let's take a look. And yeah, exactly, turnovers. Logan Woodside, 2 interceptions, sacked 5 times, threw 188 yards with a completion percentage of 60%, so not awful there, but too many turnovers. Zeke Elliott did run for 2 touchdowns, but only 2.4 yards a carry. Not good enough. Receiving-wise, Noah Brown led the team with 4 catches, 57 yards. Olave had 5 on 50, or 50 on 5. And then Curtis Samuel, who we saw got injured in the next game, 2 for 35. Ruckert, 4 for 27, continually getting a steady amount of receptions. And then Zeke, 3 for 19. Blocking-wise, not good. Taylor Decker gave up 3 sacks, and Corey Linsley gave up 2. Our 2 highest overall offensive linemen giving up a combined 5 sacks in one game is awful. Jerome Baker did win Player of the Week with 15 tackles and an interception plus a tackle for loss, so good game from him there. In terms of other tackles for loss, we did have quite a few. Hankins had 3, Baker had 1, Bell with 1, Tagai had 1, and Robinson had 1. In terms of sacks as well, also getting a few, with Tyquan Lewis having 2, and then Werner and Hubbard each had 1. Interceptions, obviously Jerome Baker had 1, but then TJ Carey had another. And did we happen to force any fumbles in this game? Yes, we did. Denzel Ward forced it and recovered it. So defense played seemingly well, but just was put in poor positions by as much as I could tell. Sloman, 3 of 3 on extra points and 1 of 1 on field goals. So he is having a pretty solid season. Doesn't seem to be missing too many. And then in the Falcons game, solid first and third quarter, but in the second and fourth, we gave up 21 points in each. You can't come back from that. And I'll just point out Aaron Rodgers threw 6 touchdowns. That's, yeah. As for us, Logan Woodside, 2 touchdowns, solid, 3 interceptions. Not very good. A little under 200 yards, sacked 3 times, threw 50% completed. So, not great. Zeke Elliott had a better average this game, 5.3. No touchdowns, though. Receiving, Ruckert led the team 565. Olave, another 550. And then that was the game that he ended up, wow. Stumbled around there. Curtis Samuel was one that got injured. He had 1 catch, 23 yards. Chris Moore had 3 and 41. Noah Brown, 1 for 18. And Quinton Morris, pretty sure that's our 3rd string tight end. He had 1 catch, 2 yards, but a touchdown. And Chris Moore also had our touchdown. So 2 guys that really don't see the field that often. They're the ones that actually scored for us. As for our offensive line, again, Linsley gives up a sack as well as Decker and Petit Ferrier. I forget to look it up. But Petit gives up 1, and he's honestly hasn't had that bad of a season so far. On defense, Okuda and Holmes lead us with 8 tackles. They also each had a tackle for loss, as well as Tyquan Lewis. We did not have a single sack this game, nor did we force a interception or get a interception. And forced fumbles was another no. As for kicking, another 2 for 2 on extra points. He did miss a field goal, missing the only one that he attempted on the day. So, all right, I guess. But you could tell the team just doesn't quite, they're not quite getting it done, obviously. We haven't won a game. We've come, I think, close a few times earlier on. But the team's struggling a little bit now. We'll see if we could turn that around against our rival in the Cleveland Browns, who are only 1-6. If there's a game that could be won, this is it. But before we get into it, there's one thing I want to check on first. And with the team playing as bad as they are, a large part due to the play at quarterback, it only makes sense we try to make a move to get a better quarterback. Now, there's only 2 other options. Desmond Ridder is a 71 overall and a starting quarterback with the Eagles. They do have Heineke, who is only 2 overall less. On the Colts is Justin Fields, a 75 overall, with their backup being Ian Book, who is 15 overall less. I think in terms of trying to find out what would be the most quote-unquote realistic but not realistic move here would be trying to trade Desmond Ridder from the Eagles, considering their backup isn't that much worse than their starter. So let's see if that's even possible. And two, keep in mind, we can only draft players who are from Ohio. So we only have two options at quarterback in the next draft, and it's a day 3 and a potential undrafted. So it would be 2 years, including, well, I guess a year and a half, before we could possibly get someone who is really good. And that person might not even be there. It could be longer. So the most impactful move we can make would be trading for Ritter. And the Eagles need a right tackle. They also need a quarterback, a left guard, right guard, DT. I don't believe we have anything to spare that they really need, unless they want JT Barrett, but we technically need to cut him because we made him, and he's not real. In real life he is, but not in this universe. But they need a right tackle, and we have a couple options, but I doubt anything that they would want. They also need some guard help, and we only have one right guard. Left guard, looking pretty thin. We could offer Michael Jordan, but again, doubt that they would really want it. But let's see. Are they interested in either Wyatt Davis or Michael Jordan? And they are slightly interested in Jordan, so there's a little something there. And another thing to remember, too, with the draft class we have is there's not a whole lot of mid-round talent for us. It's top 2 rounds or day 3 potential undrafted. So for the 3rd through 5, we could really offer up as many of these as possible to see if they would take it. Now, technically, Ritter wasn't a first-round draft pick in real life. I can't remember what round it was. I want to say 2nd or 3rd, but I might be wrong there. So offering up a 3rd and a 5th plus a player, I think would be semi-realistic. Again, I don't think it's completely realistic, but we'll try it. And that gets the job done. We have to give up some of our picks that, again, I don't think we were going to be able to use. Give up a backup offensive lineman that probably won't progress into anything that would start for us. But we get a quarterback that will start for us. And as I have mentioned previously, as soon as we got a real quarterback that we brought in, we would end up releasing JT Barrett, who was not in Madden 23. There was only 3 quarterbacks. We drafted the last possible one. We obviously have to have a backup quarterback, so I took the lowest overall quarterback in Madden and made JT Barrett. Unfortunately, with the trade, he is no longer going to be a part of this team. He could go back to coaching for the Detroit Lions in this universe, so we will release JT Barrett. But that does open up a spot on roster, so let's take a look here at our practice squad and see who we think could maybe make somewhat of an impact on the team. Obviously, there's a lot of players on here that are not from a school from Ohio because Madden always adds people, even though I tell them not to. And I will say, considering the fact that we traded an offensive lineman to continue having some depth on the offensive line, even if it's not great depth, we will sign James Hudson III, a second-year left tackle. He definitely needs to progress in his stats for sure, but he is backup. He will be a backup role, so we will bring in Hudson. And to make the start for Ritter even more difficult, he will be starting. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a heavy rain game. We're talking to Logan Woodside, which is weird, but looks like it's going to be raining for the entire game this week and probably won't take long for conditions to get pretty sloppy. Considering Ritter would be new, we're lean on Zeke here. With a slick football and rough footing, it's hard to establish a good rhythm in the passing game, so practice your handoffs because we're going to be running the ball. I don't know if that's what it said, but that's what we're going to do, hopefully. But that is it. Woodside now relegated down to backup quarterback. Ritter, although not realistic, will be getting the start because what team in real life would consist of an entire roster made up from one state? It's not. So we'll try to play within the realm of some realistic things, but we need Ritter to possibly turn this season around. I don't think we will completely, but I would like to get a win on the board. And against the Browns with a brand new quarterback, that just might happen. in the Battle of Ohio, Battle of Orange, Cleveland and Cincy. And funny enough, Baker Mayfield, the quarterback for the Browns here, and Jamal Williams, the running back, gets tackled basically around the line of scrimmage, but has had a fairly decent start to the year. Actually marked it as a gain of 2, so I was a bit off. But we'll see what the defense can do here. Obviously, the big thing in this game is how well can Ritter do on offense. Defense doing a pretty good job first 2 plays of getting him on the field about as soon as possible. See what we do here on 3rd and 8 as they come out with a spread look. Several receivers to the bottom, 1 up top. They will check it down. Number 7, who will get the first down. We were about a step or 2 too late. That was Everett on the reception. We'll give the Browns a first down at the 36 as they come out 3 to the bottom, 1 up top. And they will go all the way down to the bottom. Another completion for the first down, this time to number 19. That is Robbie Anderson with the completion. So funny enough that Baker and Anderson still playing together, even though Anderson didn't want to play with him in the first place. Gain of 4 there from Williams. He's huffing and puffing after that hit. And they will snap the ball here. 2nd and 6, go right across the middle. Big gain, number 13, right down the middle. Is that Washington? No, Brandon Cooks. So far, defense did pretty good against the run early on, but against the pass, funny enough, they're struggling, even though I thought we were going to be a good pass defense, not so much a good rush defense. We're going to stop after a gain of 6 on that pass across the middle. Already getting close to the red zone are the Browns. And intercepted. Pass thrown just a little bit too far past the running back. And that was intercepted by Jerome Baker, who had one, I believe, not last week, but the week before that. Ended up becoming the player of the defensive player of the week. That's a better way to say it. But we get lucky there. And just like that, Ritter is coming out for his first possession. And so far this year, he's honestly played really well. 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a little under 1,800 yards. That's what we need to see. And with a brand new quarterback, almost as if we had a brand new offense, will come out under center. Zeke will take the handoff down the middle. Ground and pound, gets a gain of 8, but a flag is down. And that will be holding on our rookie tackle, Petit. Will back us up, but it was quite a good distance down the field, only a 1st and 13. Come out shotgun set, first pass here from Ritter. We'll find Ruckert, and we'll get back, get past the first tackler, get us back to the original line of scrimmage. Staying out in shotgun, looks like 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 up top. We have Zeke in the backfield. Will be another pass, this time a screen. We have a blocker out in front. Zeke does not use them. Gets close to the first down, making it a 3rd and 1. So far, the 2 passes for Ritter have been completions. Go the run here on 3rd down. No, it's a read option, and that's a first down. This quarterback can still run a little bit. I would have preferred him slide down there instead of taking the hit, but we do get the first down. Staying out in shotgun. Might need to bring out a backup running back here. Zeke huffing and puffing, but he'll get the handoff, has some room to run, and we'll get about a gain of 4. They mark it gain of 5, his first true carry of the day. Now coming out tight set, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Also have Ruckert at the bottom of the line. And we do bring in Mike Boone, who gets the handoff, and you really wish he would have let his lineman get out in front, but we'll get a gain of 3, making it 3rd and 2. As we come out 2 receivers up top, maybe 3 to the bottom. My dog barking in the background. Hopefully not a fan of the Browns as we come close. 4th and 1. I'm jumping in here to make sure we go for this. 4th and 1 at the 43. They come out stacking the line. We'll put our line against theirs. And just enough room there. Second effort from Zeke Elliott gets us the first down. We'll jump back into Sim. And that, if you're not aware, is the only time I really play with the team that we build here, is just when I need to make basically a coaching decision. We'll continue running the ball here, heavy against heavy, and we're just stuck at the line. Luckily, we got a good push, gain of 3. Now we'll spread it out a little bit. Most of our guys all at the bottom of the screen, not much up top. Ritter waiting for someone to come open. Will throw it out late, out of bounds. Luckily, we had Zeke in the area. So no penalty for intentional grounding. 3rd and 7. Staying spread. Twins to either side. Be a quick drop back. Go across the middle. Nice catch. That's Ruckert. Such a solid rookie tight end. I'm glad we started him over some of the older guys. And so far, I will say Ritter playing pretty well as we end the first quarter of this wet and drainy, drizzly, not really drizzle, it's coming down pretty hard out there. A very sloppy game. Luckily for us, that hasn't leaked into the performance. This leaked into the uniforms, we'll say. Quick pass across the middle and a first inaccurate pass we've seen there from Ritter. And I did say not a sloppy game, but technically the Browns' first drive did end with a turnover. So for them, sloppy. For us, 2nd and 10, we'll check this one down to Zeke with some room to run. Breaks first contact, brought down by number 24. Brings up a 3rd and 4. We'll come out heavy set. Looks like 3 tight ends all to the top. A receiver or 2 at the bottom. And we will go with the drag concept. That's going to be a first down for number 80. Not sure who that is. Farrell, I believe, is our 3rd. Yeah, it is Farrell. With the and actually, I take that back. I don't believe he's our 3rd. I think he's our 2nd string tight end. Yeah, 2nd string tight end as we come out. 2 tight ends to the bottom, 2 receivers up top. Will be another pass. We go up top. This time, Ruckert will get the catch, gain of 3. And I would like to see Ritter air the ball out a little bit. Would like to see what his arm can do, but if it's not there, don't take it this early. Zeke Elliott gets forward, bringing up a 3rd and manageable. And we come out tight set. 2 receivers up top, 1 to the bottom. We are missing Curtis Samuel in this game, so our 2 rookie receivers and some depth. And Ritter, you had to get rid of that one at some point. Tuck it and run. Something. You can't just take that sack. We'll be 4th and 14 field goal unit coming out. And this will be Sloman from the 31, almost 32, so about a 42-yard field goal. This one is up, has the distance, and has the accuracy. We'll take the lead 3-0. Our defense was able to get a stop on their first drive, but only due to a turnover, so we need to see them correct some things. This drive, they'll find an open receiver, Williams, out of the backfield, fighting for it, getting 13 yards and a first down. And really, I thought we built a pretty solid secondary here. Denzel Ward and Bradley Roby, to just name some of the big names. Also have Von Bell out there as well at safety. So really imagine we would have had a pretty strong secondary. Jeff Okudah in the slot spot at corner, but not seeing great coverage so far. Jerome Baker, though, almost had a second INT. Breaks that one up. 3rd and 5 as the Browns come out empty, or not empty set, wow. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. They have Williams in the backfield. And Baker looking for something. Rush coming in. And just like we do, they do. Sack on 3rd down. Going to bring up a 4th and 19. And we'll be getting this ball right back. And with some great starting field position, you really have to think touchdown or bust on this drive. 3 minutes, 37 seconds left before half. Open running room here for Zeke. Gets close to the first down. Going to depend on the spot, and I believe they give it to him. That is a first down, just shy of the midfield line. Go with a weak eye formation here. Zeke for it a little bit more, about 4 yards. I'm about to say for the first down because I clearly forgot that we just got the first down. Coming out again in that 2 tight end set with 2 receivers to the opposite side. We'll go with a draw down the middle, and Zeke will get about a yard. They'll be nice. They give us 2. 3rd and 4, we go shotgun. 2 to the bottom, 1 up top. Ritter with Zeke in the backfield will be a quick pass, and the first interception we see from Ritter. Just didn't quite read the play very well. That's that connection that hasn't formed with only a week, not even a full week, of practice with his new receivers. Intended for Ruckert, but just was a little bit behind him. Amos gets the INT, and the Browns take right back over. So far, nothing too different, really seeing from Ritter versus Woodside, with INTs coming for both of them. Jerome Baker does a great job filling there, and we'll head into the 2-minute warning, a 2nd and 8 waiting for the Browns. And with all 3 timeouts remaining for both teams, going to be fighting for a lead to take into halftime. Baker will drop back, has pressure coming in. Hubbard there will get the sack, a huge loss. 3rd and 24, tosses Baker Mayfield down. We also had another rusher in the backfield as well. And on 3rd and 24, really not a whole lot of plays designed to help you get a first down here. They'll just go with a run, and Everett, their tight end, tackles them in the backfield. Interesting. And let's see what this offense can do with 1:17 left. 2 timeouts. This is time for Ridder to correct his mistake from earlier and put some points on the board. Going to go with a screen pass out of bounds. Goes Zeke for a gain of 9. Follow that up with some more shotgun looks here. 2 to the bottom, 1 up top. Ruckert at the top of the line. And he was open for a second, and there's J.J. Watt and a fumble from Ridder. No one there, but luckily the offensive line comes running back. But so far, no difference in the play between Ridder and Woodside. And as we had opportunity to take a larger lead into halftime, we might be losing the lead entirely. Browns starting at the 18. We'll find Everett for a gain of 9 and a timeout called. And that was the Browns who called the timeout. They have a 2nd and 1 at the 9. Just over a minute left on the clock before half. Quick across the middle. Pete Warner breaks it up. Bringing up a 3rd and 1. As they come out shotgun. 2 to the bottom, 1 up top. They will go with a pass. Quick pass across the middle. Everett there keeps fighting. And called down just shy. 1st and goal at the inch line. They come out in their heavy goal line set. So do we. Fullback down the middle, and he just sat in. That's a little disrespectful there, Carter. Browns take a lead with the made PAT would be 7-3 with 52 seconds left before half. Well, Ridder, you had a chance for a great way to start your time here with the Bengals / the Ohio-only squad. You still have a chance to correct your mistakes, but not looking so good. Takes another sack. And with 1 timeout remaining after we called our second, 47 seconds left, we're down at the 16. We come out empty set. Ridder needs to find some open receivers that are a bit more downfield. Ruckert will get a gain of 8. Go to a hurry-up offense. 30 seconds left. Staying out in that empty set. J.J. Watt coming in. We throw the ball away just in time. Completed to number 2. That is a lot. No, they say incomplete. Well, that sucks. We'll end up punting this one away. Browns still with 1 timeout left. Could potentially get into field goal range, as they'll be returning this, getting away from the first guy, and starting at about the 38. And they will come out looking to air the ball out. 3 up top, 1 close to the line at the bottom. The lone running back in the backfield will go out, and that pass was awful. Might as well just call intentional grounding there, and that was thrown at nobody. 2nd and 10, shotgun set, quick pass goes to Everett, who gets quickly tackled after a gain of about 3, maybe. And after calling their last and final timeout, expect some Hail Mary attempts coming soon here. Instead, they'll go with the read option. Interesting. Would have liked to see a forced fumble there on Baker Mayfield, but we will head into half there. We had the lead for a majority of the first half, but turnovers. That's been the problem of our season. Looks like that might continue here. And with us still needing to take a look at the draft class as well after this, we'll jump into a little bit more of a quicker sim. Ruckert still putting in some work, and another sack from J.J. Watt. But a penalty against him on the next play, so it takes away basically all he did. Bringing up 3rd and 6, interception, Logan Wilson. We brought in Ridder to correct our turnover problems, but it's not looking like the case. He came in with only 2 interceptions on the season and has already doubled that in his half a game with us, so not great. 4th and 4, they go for it, do not get it. Could be a costly mistake there for the Browns. We have a chance now to take the lead with a touchdown, but we have to put together a complete drive to do so. Zeke will get forward for a gain of 6, only 40 yards for him on the day. A little shy of 4 yards a carry. Coming out with a bunch up top. Lone receiver to the bottom will be a pitch. And Zeke makes first guy miss. And maybe gains about a yard. They'll mark it a gain of about 1.5 yards. 3rd and 2 as we come out empty set. Interesting. 2 receivers stacked up top. The rest to the bottom. Will be a pass here from Ritter. And he's just dancing, waiting. Finds the open guy finally. Number 5 is Garrett Wilson with the completion for the first down. Or reception for the first down. Now coming back out in that heavy tight end set. 3 of them to the bottom. 1 lone receiver up top. And it will be a pass. Ritter waiting. Good. It was a good rush pickup, but that's J.J. Watt with 3.5 sacks. If only he was playing this well in our Cardinals series. That would be nice. So offensive line struggling here in this game. Granted, they are playing against 2 superstar edge rushers, so partially expect that. Ritter going to find an open receiver to the bottom. That's Wilson again, making it at least a 3rd and manageable, being 3rd and 6 yards needed for the first down as we come out with a tight formation here. Ritter again looking for a pass. Across the middle we go, and a drop. That was by one of our backup receivers that is in due to the injury to Curtis Samuel. 3rd and 6. We're going to have to punt it away. And we'll jump again back into the quicker sim here. 2-yard rush on first down, followed by 8. Is that a first down? No, 3rd and 1. But he gets the first down there with a gain of 3. And it's just running the ball steady here. 4 straight runs, then intercepted Bradley Roby. That might just be what we need. We've given up a lot of turnovers this year. It's time that we start taking some ourselves. Starting at the 42, Ritter will throw the ball to the outside. Nice pass and completion there to number 8. Maybe I will figure out his name more. Chris Moore? Curtis Moore? Chris Moore? Maybe? Either way, really good pass there from Ritter. That is what we need to see. Just lofted that right over the corner, dropped it into the bucket, really. And there's open running room and a touchdown. Zeke Elliott with perfect blocking up front. That's exactly what we need from our offensive line. We finally get a touchdown on the board with a made PAT. We'll make it 10-7 as we end the 3rd quarter. And to start the 4th, we start with a 3-yard loss. Great. And then we give up a big chunk on 3rd and long. And it looks like we're kind of skipping some plays a little bit here. Brandon Cooks gets a gain of 6, bringing up a 3rd and 4. And Justin Jefferson coming up out of nowhere. So we've actually done a pretty good job of keeping Jay Jets completely out of this game. 3rd and 4. Pass dropped by Robbie Anderson. And they will kick the field goal. This game tied. This is a key possession for our offense. Ritter needs to put together a touchdown drive here. We need to win this game, being the first of the season. Zeke Elliott will power through, get a gain of 5. And we come out shotgun set, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. We've seen a lot of different receivers get the ball here today. We'll go with a read option. Ritter tries to get to the outside, basically brought down at the line of scrimmage by McCourty. We'll bring up a 3rd and 5. We'll come out with a bunch set up top. 1 lone receiver to the bottom. Hard count from Ritter. Does not get anyone to jump. Free rusher, J.J. Watt. 4.5 sacks. Can't do that. We can't do that. And following a decent punt, Browns starting at their 31. They'll go with a play action here. Baker chilling, waiting for someone, loads up. Goes deep downfield, and we end up knocking that one away. Number 22 breaks that up, and could not tell you off the top of my head who that is. I believe that is one of our safeties. I don't think it's Von Bell, so it's our free safety. TJ Carey, maybe? Incomplete pass. 2nd down, bringing up 3rd and 10. Important down here for our defense. The Browns come out with multiple receivers to the bottom. Possibly 3. I'm not all too sure. But I believe there was 3 to the bottom. Baker throws it deep. Intercepted Bradley Roby, his 2nd INT of the day, and that gives us a chance. But we're starting down at the 14, and we've yet to put together a complete drive. from the opposite side of the field. Go the read option here on first down. Open running room goes Ritter, and he should have slid down. When he hesitated, slide. Avoid the hit. Either way, he holds on to it. First down. We'll praise him for that. After all, he is a rookie, so there will be some rookie growing pains as we come out here with a heavy I formation. Zeke trying to get to the outside, should have cut that back underneath 68 Decker. Instead, loss of 1. And keep staying out with some heavier sets. A 2 tight end set up top, 2 receivers at the bottom. Go with the PA, or not PAT, wow, I wish we were going for the PAT. Play action. We'll get a first down catch there from Wilson. And moving the ball a little bit here. Going to knock on some wood for some positive vibes. Up to the 40. We go with another pass. Ritter chilling in the backfield. Will throw to the outside. Another completion. This time to Olave, who gets the catch for the first down and close to out of bounds, but the clock's still rolling. And that was actually Olave's first catch. Only 1 for 19 yards on the day. So not great from him. We need to have him doing better when we only have our top 2 or 2 of our 3 top guys. We will pass the ball out to, is that Gilliam? I believe that was our fullback who got the reception for the first down. As we now come out with a 2 tight end set up top, 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 running back. Zeke will fake the handoff to him, roll out with Ritter, and we need to throw it. Throw it. There we go. Okay. Came late, but at least it happened. And just, if there wasn't for the turnovers, Ritter would have actually put together a decent game. Only 7 incompletions. Like to see that get better as time goes along. Tackle for a loss there on 2nd and 10, bringing up 3rd and 11. I'm going to jump in here. And I'm jumping in for one reason. I don't want them to call a stupid play. So we will see how we can do here. We've been under heavy rush about all day. Tight end breaking open. Ruckert gets the catch. That's a first down to the 12. We'll jump back into Sim. That's all I do. Basically just make coaching decisions. And that decision there helps us get the first down. Granted, I also make the decision on, obviously, where he's throwing. But that's about as much realism as we could add. Go with the read option here. Not a great play call. Gets a gain of 2, but we could drain the clock. Play smart here. Kick a field goal late or knock it into the end zone with a touchdown would be great. Pretty much just the motto of this channel, play smart football. That's about all we need right now. As we come out, 3 receivers up top. Again, read option. I mean, at this point, basically all you're doing is taking a knee. 3rd and 8. 1 minute, 12 seconds left. A first down here would be great. They go the run down the middle, and Zeke will not get that first down. He gets inside the 10, but they get the stop timeout called. And the field goal unit out, Sloman, to give us the lead with just over a minute left in the game. Snap down kick is up. And it is through. A very much needed field goal, basically almost what a PAT is nowadays, gives us a 13-10 lead. And it is do or die time in this game. 1 timeout remains for the Cleveland Browns. They need a field goal to tie. A touchdown wins it. They'll start with a run play that gets them nothing. Not a good call, but we'll see what they could do past that. Baker Mayfield chucking the ball down deep. 1-on-1. You guessed it. Bradley Roby with his 3rd INT of the game, running down the sidelines out at the 35. Nail in the coffin. And we will jump into the quick sim just to try to get this over with and make sure nothing stupid happens. And with that knee, our first victory of the season comes when we start a brand new quarterback. Granted, against a team with only 1 victory before us, and it still was a close race, and we still had a lot of turnovers. But a victory is a victory. We will take it, and hopefully that will help us start correcting our morale a little bit. We gave up 3 turnovers, but we took 6. Wow, we took. Let's just restart that. We gave up 3 turnovers, but we took 4 ourselves. So at least 1 in the positive there. We really shut down Justin Jefferson that entire game. So I was saying DBs weren't playing too great. I was wrong. Preparing for conditions like that is near impossible, so it must be a relief to be standing here as the winner. Definitely is. Absolutely, we did our best to formulate a plan of attack, but all that goes out the window the second you step on the field and into an inch of water. It was raining pretty heavy. We also earn 1,000 experience points for the whole team. Not too bad. But that was a victory that was much needed. One, to help try to correct the negative effect of morale happening. But also, it's a series about an Ohio-only challenge, right? Well, we at least won the first Ohio Bowl against our rivals, both in division and in Ohio in general. So, Battle of Orange goes to Cincy. But we still have one more week to go through that will be a sim against the Carolina Panthers, who are 2-6, another possible win. But for us, before we get into that, I want to do a quick little recap here of what the possible draftees are looking like. So as I have mentioned earlier, with our quarterback situation, we only had a possible day 3 and potential undrafted guy. We know that Kevin Ramsey is an improviser, so it's still an option for us to pick him up as a backup quarterback. Now, we are getting a bit more of a range here at what these players' ratings are looking like. Obviously, the key ones are going to be how they throw. So, deep accuracy is a B, not awful. Medium accuracy is a C to an F, so I really hope it's the C range, with short accuracy being a C. So there's some potential. He could end up still making the roster. Again, we have a 51 overall as a backup. Throw power is marginal to decent with poor to marginal speed, but as an improviser, I imagine him having some amount of speed. So not too awful for us there. The other quarterback option is Chris LaRubio out of Ohio, I believe. Yep, out of Ohio, and he's a field general archetype. Now with him, he has F throw accuracy deep, which is not good. But he does have A short accuracy, which is good, and then C medium accuracy. So possibly a practice squad style of quarterback here with marginal to decent throw power as well as speed. So definitely see potential undrafted for sure. Definitely undrafted, but could be a practice squad guy for us. Past there, I won't go too much into detail about a lot of these potential undrafted guys. That would be more of an off-season kind of look. But we do need to take a look at who our best potential guys are. Rayshawn Holiday, around 1 to 2. We know he is a physical archetype out of Ohio State. With his physicals, from what we know, he has decent to solid speed, which isn't very good to me. But we'll see what that ends up actually being. In terms of his ratings, his skills, with A, catching traffic, A, catching, with deep route running is B to a D, which is not great. Run block is A to a C, so if that ends up being pretty good, maybe he's more of a tight end. Who knows? Short route running, A, spec catch, A. Release, B to D, so an interesting guy. Granted, I don't think he was actually that big. Yeah, 6'2", 220, definitely not a tight end, but is at least a physical threat, and we do need some more physical receivers. We have a lot of short route runner types, so we need some variety. And unfortunately, a majority of the rest of the guys are all potential undrafted, so we'll take one last look at another player, Jonathan Sapp. Now, this is definitely in an area of need at free safety. Our current free safety, I believe, is like 33 or something years old. So Jonathan Sapp, he has great size, out of Ohio State, is a zone archetype, which is what I like for my free safeties. Now, he doesn't seem to have a lot of speed. I'm hoping that's just comparative to everyone and not just, like what you would think for a free safety. I would really hope he's at least close to a 90. But he has B awareness. Catching is A to a B, so he could definitely force some turnovers. And then cover ratings, C for man coverage as well as zone coverage. Tackle also C, so definitely a free safety, but has some ability to get better. And if we take him in the second round or something like that, fine by me. We have a first and a second. We obviously traded, I believe, our third and our fifth. But yeah, we definitely traded our third and our fifth plus the lineman to get Ritter. So that is kind of what we're looking at right now. So we still only have 14 players on our entire available board, with only 1, 2, 3 potential draftable players. So We'll see what we do with some of our other picks, whether we just trade them for next year or maybe try to trade for some players that we don't currently have on roster is all an option. But let's wrap this game or this episode out with one more sim here against the Carolina Panthers. And we will unfortunately be ending on another loss. At least this one is close. We're back to the close games rather than getting destroyed. 28-21 against the Carolina Panthers, and they ended up coming back and winning this game in the fourth quarter. So again, just that late game. Russell Wilson, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That is the big thing there. Desmond Ridder had a decent game, 154 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was not sacked a single time and completed 64% of his passes. So from that standpoint, was a solid field general kind of guy for us today, or at least in that game. On the ground, Zeke Elliott, 110 yards, 17 rushes, no touchdowns though, and not much rushing past him. Through the air, we had Garrett Wilson have a solid game, 6 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Zeke followed him with 5 for 45. Olave had 4 for 23. Chris Moore, though, 2 touchdowns on 2 catches, 16 yards, so not a bad day for him. Ruckert only had 2 catches for 14 yards, so not as big of a performance for him as we have seen. And Noah Brown had 1 for 9. On defense, Denzel Ward led us in tackles with 12, with Baker, the next guy up, with 9. And we did at least have a couple tackles for loss, only 2, Jerome Baker and Jalen Holmes. Sack-wise, we didn't have a single one. We can't have games where we don't have sacks. That's an integral part of defenses. Interceptions, none after a game where we had 3. And then did we force any fumbles? We did force one with Pete Warner, and who recovered it? Nobody. So we didn't actually force a turnover there because they still held on to the ball. Fun. Okay. In terms of kicking, 3 for 3 on extra points, and we did not attempt a field goal. So Sloman not having an awful season so far, but the team in general, pretty bad season. Only winning 1 game, and I believe we are still bottom of the pack, not only in our division, but in the league, which is good for draft picks, but when we don't have a lot of high-end talent, doesn't really help us out. And I was wrong, actually. Browns lost as well last week, so we are tied, basically, at the bottom, but we get the edge because we beat the Browns. So in terms of the Ohio Bowl, we're still killing it, but we need to do better. And don't know how much that'll happen the rest of this season. So next episode, we will complete the first season. So that way we could get into our first off season and try to bring in some new guys to help us build, as well as just progressing as well during the teams. And something to look forward to in the next one is a breakout running back opportunity, most likely going to be for Zeke after that 100 plus game. But we also need to select our focus players, which there's only 3 draftable ones. So can you guess who they're going to be? But yeah, a lot happened. We have a new quarterback in this one. We won our first game. We are winning the Ohio Bowl so far. Week 14 is our next matchup against the Browns, so that will decide it. But we're getting better. Defense now up to a 79 overall. Offense up to an 80. So we're growing steadily in year 1. We just need to do better. And against 8-1 Pittsburgh Steelers next time, it'll be fun to start off with. But like I said, we'll complete the first year next episode so we can jump on in to the next offseason as soon as possible. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, make sure you leave the video some love. And if you are not subscribed, make sure you're subscribing and taking that bell notification to be notified of when these videos go live. This series, it will be posted, as you can probably already tell, every Wednesday and Saturday. The traditional series, our Cardinal series, posted every Monday and Thursday. So if you haven't checked that out, I suggest you do. But until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.